Hello and welcome to this free presentation I made just for you. This is how I consistently make $1,000 days with ChatGPT, my cell phone, and zero tech skills. Well, maybe not zero, right? Like I do know how to use my phone as long as you know how to open your phone and do a couple things like open Instagram and Facebook. You probably can do this too. I'm going to show you the simple 5-step system that I've been using for the last 4.5 years that has allowed me to leave my 9 to 5 job. And I'm also going to give you 5 ChatGPT prompts so you can start building your own digital cash machine. So let's dive right into this. So here are some of the results that I've had over the past 4.5 years. As you can see here, I did have a $100,000 month, which was a crazy month, right? Most people could just dream of having a month like that. I'll be completely honest. When I was a banker, in fact, my yearly salary was $30,000. And as you can see here, in about a week, I made that, right? And I'm not here to brag. This is not me bragging. I'm not like, hey, yeah, look at me and how much money I made. This is just kind of to show you like that you can do this too, because I was just a normal guy. I'm still a normal guy. you know, Regardless of how many followers I have, I'm still just a normal person. So this is for you if you're done being stuck in the time for money trap and you know you're meant for more. Maybe you've dabbled in a couple things, drop shipping, crypto, coaching, and all it did was burn your time and confidence. You crave real income that works for you even when you're not working, so you can actually enjoy your life. You're not some tech genius. Maybe you're Steve Jobs. Maybe you're the next Steve Jobs. Who knows? Maybe you're not. But it's still, regardless, showing your face online sounds like a headache, right? You're not chasing Lambos or flexing on yachts. You just want freedom, right? Freedom to spend time with who you want to, when you want to, and spend money and not have to worry about checking your bank account all the time. And you're finally ready to stop watching other people win online. Let me tell you, even as somebody who has had success, I get tired of seeing people flex how much money they've made online. That's just, that never goes away, unfortunately. And so what's crazy is this works without enslaving yourself to clients. Service work is ultimately still trading your time for money. You can do this without becoming an influencer. You can show your face, you can have a personal brand, or you can do this completely anonymous. It's entirely up to you. You don't need a crazy upfront capital. Maybe you don't have thousands of dollars laying around where you can just spend them. Many of our members, my students, have built this with 100% free organic traffic. Like I said, you don't have to become a tech wizard. It's not complex. There's no overhead inventory, shipping, or staff headaches. That makes scaling a nightmare. And then full-time commitment. I got started doing this part-time. Right, I was still at my 9 to 5 job when I got started. Now, it's kind of created an unfair advantage. Not only is it super doable, flexible, and profitable, but you can scale, you can work from anywhere in the world, you can build a real asset you can sell, and it's sustainable. This model is designed to endure. It's not just meant to go away, right? This is not a TikTok trend, is what I'm trying to say. This works because it's positioned between 3 trends: e-com, it's doable, and e-learning, right? So people love it or hate it. People are shopping more online than ever before. It's super doable because of TikToks and Reels, and more people are buying trainings than ever before. So if you're new to this, I'm Tyler, same guy, less facial hair. Yeah, it's me still, right? So when I got started, I was 26. I was living with my parents, working my 9 to 5 job as a banker and Ubering at night just to get ahead. I don't tell people that I Ubered at night a lot, but I think it's because I was kind of ashamed of it, really. But I was just trying to get ahead. I was doing anything to get ahead. I even DoorDashed, but I don't really talk about that. I hated DoorDashing. I preferred Ubering, to be honest. Ultimately, my breaking point was in 2020. I was burnt out from banking, driving Uber at night, stuck, broke, and watching everybody else move forward. And I had to make a choice, stay stuck or change everything. So what's crazy is I worked at Best Buy before all of this. I got my bachelor's degree while working at Best Buy. And then I got a banking job at one of those banks in the mall. Or not the mall. It was Walmart. It was Walmart, sorry. It was so long ago, right? 5 years. But yeah, I was working at one of those in a Walmart, and it was a really bad Walmart. It was one of those Walmarts where you're like, I might die today. And so ultimately I left there and I started working at another job, and COVID happened. And so I was working at this banking job, still earning $30,000 per year, and yeah, I thought another banking job, I thought that was going to save me, but it did not. So basically, I did have years of failure. I tried drop shipping. I lost $3,000 I didn't have by chasing winning products. I'd hire people on Fiverr to find products for me that were winning, and I ended up losing money, right? Because they weren't winning. Local lead gen, I would try to, help people like build their businesses nearby, like chiropractors. And I did get a couple clients, but it was just hard to make them satisfied, um, because running Facebook ads is hard, right? And getting results for them is hard too. So I thought I knew everything, but I did not. But I still made some money. I did do MLM for a while, MLM, and multi-level marketing is what it's called. And I lost friends in all respect. My friends even were doing Herbalife too around me, and yeah, they were all like in this belief that like they could all make money, and in reality they could not, and I did not. I tried blogging and SEO. I tried to write blogs for a while. Nothing happened from that. And then eventually I did try crypto and stock. I made some money, but I lost more money than I made, unfortunately. So this all comes down to the moment of decision. My old coworkers who were at Best Buy and the banks were climbing the ladder, buying houses, and getting promoted. Meanwhile, I was still Ubering at night, burnt out from my banking job and wondering if I'd ever catch a break. I had tried everything, drop shipping, side hustles, and nothing worked. I was stuck in a loop. And the math didn't lie. I was working 60 hours a week, even at the really bad Walmart, and that sucked. So that night, just from random night, I made a choice. Figure this out for real or give up and stay stuck forever. So, nothing was working for me. I felt like a failure. I was at my banking job thinking I'd finally break free, but I was Ubering. Still. I was exhausted, broke, and embarrassed. My family didn't get it, and honestly, I started to believe maybe they were right. I was out of money, out of energy, and almost out of belief. Then I stumbled across something that changed everything. Digital cash machines. Digital cash machines. I can't talk today. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah. So late one night in 2020, I came across a guy making $1,000 a day from his phone. He was on TikTok, right? TikTok was just blowing up at that time. He had no clients, no inventory, and no cold DMs. His secret? He built a simple digital brand that solved real problems and promoted existing products. So he had no tech headaches, no startup costs, just content. He just had to make content, and his entire system was just automated for him. And so eventually I got started with this, right? On the left here, you'll see some of this. These are some screenshots I made promoting a future affiliate product, but that's not basically how I made my money. I struggled for like 3 months trying to make money, trying to figure it all out. But eventually, after like month 4, I consistently made $10,000 months. Like, I'm not even kidding. It was awesome. And eventually, I didn't leave my banking job until I made my entire year's salary, which only took about three months, honestly. On the left, this is when I bought my first home. That was really cool. And then this is my Tesla Model 3. I was able to buy it and pay it off entirely. This is me charging somewhere, probably in like Oklahoma or something like that, when I drove out there. I was able to spend more time with my dad. Yes, he's getting older. I think he's almost near his 80s now, so I'm like trying to spend as much time as I can. And that's just, we went to I think they were Cleveland Indians at the time. Now they're Cleveland Guardians now. But yeah, I spend time with them whenever I can. And this is me at Moab out in Utah. I don't take as many photos as I need to, but yeah, this was a photo of me. And then I think it was 2023. I drove down to Florida. I drive everywhere. I could fly, but driving gives me that freedom to go anywhere I want. And when you have a Tesla, it's actually very cheap to go places because the charging is very cheap. But I rented out a plane for me and my girlfriend, and we were able to drink on the plane, the private plane. It was really fun. It was awesome. So enough about me, right? Why this works when everything else fails. So most online models fail because they require too much time and energy to get going, overcomplicated tools, building a personal brand, or showing your face daily. I mean, I do it every single day. It can get exhausting. Running paid ads, funnels, or grinding full time. But this works because you're leveraging three booming trends: AI, digital products, and short form content. They're really pushing short form content. You're promoting offers people already want, not convincing or cold selling. Tools and automation like ChatGPT handle most of the work. So you can build a faceless part-time business from anywhere in the world, even with a full-time job. So there's 5 steps to this, okay? We got niche selection, brand building, product creation, sales systems, and content creation. And I'm going to go over all of these for you today. So first up, niche selection. If you pick wrong here, you're going to end up wasting like 6 months of your day. 6 months of your day, 6 months of your time. So I'm sorry. I definitely I have ADHD. So I have my caffeine that helps me every single day. But yeah. Anyways, so yeah, if you pick wrong here, it's just gonna waste too much of your time, right? But if you pick the right one, you'll make money almost immediately. The difference between a $100 a month niche and a $10,000 a month niche isn't luck. It's knowing these criteria. The fatal flaw that most people make is they pick niches that they're passionate about instead of niches that are passionate about spending money. What that means is that you could make content on video games, right? But are people going to spend money on that? Sometimes. It depends on what you can promote, right? But not really, right? So if people want to lose weight, they want to look the best that they possibly can. They want to make more money. They also want to have relationships with people, right? Those will always make you money. Passion doesn't pay the bills. Profitable problems do. So enter this ChatGPT prompt, okay? This is the first one that I'm going to give you. Enter this into ChatGPT, and then every single time we go through these slideshows, just go ahead and copy paste these, okay? Step number 2 is building a brand. So a brand is a digital hub to gather your niche audiences. A brand can exist on any of these, right? So I'm on all of these except LinkedIn. I really don't care about LinkedIn. Some people really do. I guess Gen Z does. So if you're Gen Z, you probably care more about this than I do. Here's a ChatGPT prompt. Insert your niche, and then blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to read all that. But enter this into your ChatGPT, and it'll give you what you need to, start building your brand then. Whoops. Number 3, product creation. Your first product should solve your audience's most expensive problem in the simplest way possible. If it's complex, people won't buy it. That's just how it goes, honestly. The best options are going to be video modules or ebooks. That's why most people sell courses, guys. It's easy to digest. Here's another ChatGPT prompt. I'm going to pause on this for a second. What I would do is just take a picture with your phone if you can. Step number 4, sales system. So many people have great products, but they're broke. Learning how to convert an audience into customers is where the magic happens, all right? So you got your brand, right? You have all the traffic at the top, right? Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, whatever. And you're sending them to your brand, right? Maybe it's faceless, maybe it's a personal brand. And you send them to your landing page. Maybe you said, hey, here's my free ebook, here's my free course, check this out. It sends them to a sales page, and then you make money, basically. So that's your automated system to make more money. You want to make sure that's set up before you send traffic to your brand. And step number 5, content creation. Most people create content they want to make instead of content their audience needs to see. This was a tough thing for me to learn, I'll be honest. Because everyone thinks, oh, well, if I go viral, I'll make money. And guess what? That's only part of it. Because if your content is the wrong content and you're getting shown to the wrong audience, you won't make money. That's something hard I had to learn. All right, ChatGPT prompt. This is the last one for this. So let's talk about some success stories, right? So this is Adam. Adam is a military vet, father, husband, and owns several businesses already. He was making a lot of money, but he was working too much to get it. So he wanted something simple, something that would allow him to give time and also take his family on epic family vacations. So he started making $10,000 per month with these strategies. We got Connor. Connor is from Scotland. I've never been to Scotland, but I've heard it's pretty cool. But anyways, he's got started, fast forward a few months, and he's finally making $10,000 per month, all while still working 40 hours a week and finding time for his wife and son. Success story, Adam. Adam created his own personal brand where he talks about how people can make their faceless YouTube channels and make money. And he launched his own course and made $54,000. We got Chris. Chris just hit $100,000 this month. He is on track for a 7-figure year just because of all the brands that he has with these strategies. We got Gloria. Gloria just made $2,000 in commission as of yesterday. It's great. Great news. Obviously, it's not yesterday because this is a little old, but, in the chat. So yeah, these are just a little bit of a taste of what is possible, right, with building this business. So what's next, right? You could try to do this alone. You got the 5 steps. You got the prompts. You could try to figure this out on your own, but let's be real. I'm going to be completely real with you, all right? This means hours on YouTube. You're overwhelmed because people are contradicting each other, right? And that means that you're going to be wasting your time and energy and lose that momentum, right? The whole reason you're on this video right now is because you want to get started doing something that's going to make you money and get you out of your situation. So trust me, I already lived that cycle. I've already been there. I've already struggled. So let's not reinvent the wheel. I wasted years trying to figure this out with YouTube videos and random side hustles. You could do the same, but you'll probably end up frustrated, burned out, or broke. Or you can skip the guesswork and plug in the same system that helped me go from Ubering at night to $1,000 days. So I'm going to introduce to you my program. This is Post Promote Profit. And this is a step-by-step system that takes you from zero to your first automated income stream, even if you're starting from scratch. I also am going to give you funnel templates that allow me to start making money. We can also hop on a one-on-one strategy call. Copy and paste product vault. You can steal our highest converting digital assets, landing pages, email templates, and automations. And then you get access to our private creator community. And you're probably like, wow, this is going to be like thousands of dollars. It's only $19, all right? Because I believe that everyone should have a easy start. It's already hard enough as it is. It's hard enough that you even made it here, right? So go ahead and click that button down below. Check it out. See if you want to join. I hope to see you inside. And yeah, just keep trying. I think that's just, if I had to give myself advice for somebody watching this video or something like this back then, just keep trying. Eventually something will work. Hopefully it's this. And if you give up, then you'll have to work a 9-to-5 job for the rest of your life. So that doesn't sound really great to me. So let this be it. Let this be the solution for you.